Yo, what is going on, homies? It's your boy Stumped back for another OPTC video, and in today's video we're just finishing up Kizuna co-op mode. So these teams are the teams that I've been using past level 140, and we are all the way up to level 200 now. Unfortunately, the strength team just doesn't cut it anymore. It caps out at around 300 mil, and once you get past that 150 mark, you're looking at around 300 mil, and then when you hit level 200, you're looking around 400 mil HP. So this was the team that I came up with that has the highest amount of damage, like most frequently. So it's a combination of Snake Man and Sabo. There's two strength super type units. We have the Kizuna rare recruit Chopper on this team. He's replaceable with the rare recruit BOA though. You can use her if you don't have the rare recruit, the Kizuna rare recruits. We have V3 Law, we have Kizuna Carrot, and then we have the Kizuna Magellan. So the way this team operates is we basically want to get our chain multiplier as high as possible. The higher the chain multiplier goes, obviously the more damage output we have, and the fact that we can use V3 Law's special ability to start the chain multiplier at 2.5, and we can stack that with the ability of Sabo's extra 1.0 chain boost, as well as his 0.25 times multiplier as well. So we can get a quite high multiplier on this team, and it can output quite a lot of damage. But when you get to this stage here, it's very important that you kill that middle girl. You want to make sure that she dies, otherwise she will re-roll your specials back. But on this stage here, we just basically need to stall out the chain coefficient down, and we sort of want to take some damage so our Spadile will kick in. That way we can get a 1.6 times multiplier to our powerhouse fighters and free spirit units, which all of our red units are on this team. We do need to make sure that we keep one of the main girls in the back alive too, because we do need to hit 3 perfect so we can get the carryover effect of Sabo as well. We also need to stall out for as long as possible so we can get Law special, as he isn't boosted on this. I keep one of the girls in the front alive as well, just so I can take a little bit more damage a bit quicker. So we can activate that Spadile ship. Also make sure you use the Magellan special on this stage, as you need the carryover effect of Magellan moving into the next stage. Otherwise you won't be able to get rid of the resilience. But unfortunately, as I mentioned, this team just doesn't have the damage anymore, but it still puts out quite a lot of damage. The conditional attack buff with Magellan's pretty nice as well. Alright, so we've got our HP nice and low. We're going to activate our Sabo special now, so we can activate his carryover effect. Then we need to make sure we hit 3 perfect, so make sure you attack with Magellan and Law, as they're not really getting a buff from this team. I mean, they are, but they're not really. So moving into the final stage against Luffy and BOA. The poison activates early, which is great, which means we can get through that resilience. They put up that defense buff and lower our attack for 5 turns. So we have the support of Corazon on our Law here. As I mentioned, you don't need that. You can just replace the Chopper with rare recruit BOA, or you can use Neko support on Chopper. That works too. So we're going to use the super type of Sabo and Luffy and their specials to get a 2 times attack, 2.5 times all boost, the chain multiplier, the tap timing bonus, and then we can use Carrot to move the defense up, and Law to start the chain multiplier at 2.5. So make sure you attack in the correct order as well. You want to make sure that you are getting your Carrot to attack last, as she's got a 2 times attack boost. And as you guys saw there, the multiplier went up to around 8 times. So pretty impressive, the damage output we can get on this team. But there is another variation of the strength one that I've put at the end of this video as well. Alright guys, so the next variation is the Psi variation, or the physical variation, whatever you want to call it. Yellow, basically. So the way that we're taking this one down is we are using a Blackbeard and Katakuri based team. So Blackbeard is basically just putting out all the damage, and we're just trying to buff him as much as possible. So shout out to the Broski Toadski. He actually put up a different video that has higher damage output. Unfortunately, it just takes a lot longer. as you kind of need to stall out for V3 Law's special. and this team just manages to get it done in these early stages. But if you guys are looking at much higher levels of Kizuna for whatever reason, you guys are on the grind. I know there's some crazy people out there, so keep it up, boys. Check out his video for the highest amount of damage output. Now, obviously this team can get a little more damage output as well if we replace Magellan with the new Kizuna, BOA and Luffy, as they're a 2.25 times color affinity boost. So that's going to let us output a little bit more damage. But once we get to the Jinbei stage, we want to make sure we're spamming Blackbeard special as much as we can. We want to have used it at least 2 times before we leave this stage. We're going to stall on the green Brachiosaurus character. He blinds our ship ability for 4 turns, which isn't a big issue because we do want to try and drop our HP as low as possible so we can activate that Spadile ship again. We've got Magellan and Hannibal on this team. They all work really well to help us stall, as we can switch into Hannibal, and he's a blue unit, doesn't get boosted on this team. So we can just stall on that Brachiosaurus for ages. Make sure you kill Jinbei before or after that 3rd turn, as he will reroll your specials back, and then it's just not a fun time. If you guys get the Buggy interrupt as well, you can still use this team. You just need to make sure you use the Blackbeard special and kill Buggy. That way Buggy's 2.5 times attack boost interrupt won't trigger because you already have an attack boost. That way you can get the 4 times with Blackbeard and you can just still output crazy amounts of damage. Alright, so now that we've killed all the mob units, we're just going to stall out that ship blind, and we do want to try and get as low as possible, as Ain is going to heal us. So the lower your HP, the better. That way you can just guarantee yourself that 1.6 times attack boost from the ship on Blackbeard. Another unit we're using on this team is the Grandma Nyan. She's completely replaceable. I just put her on this team for more tickets, as that slot was just free basically. And then we've got Garp here to remove the special blind. Very important that we're using Garp. You can do some shenanigans with his support if you have the limited rare recruit Kuzan, and then use the Bone Kichi Brook like Totsuki did. But like I said, this team still has stupid amounts of damage output, and didn't really need all that extra like stalling, I guess, and all those extra shenanigans. But it was very cool, so I definitely recommend giving it a watch. So after we use the Garp and the Ain special, make sure you use the Magellan and Hannibal special first, as they roll orbs. Then you want to make sure you use the Blackbeard special after that, and then use the Katakuri special last. Very important, use the Katakuri special last, otherwise you won't get the 4 times attack on Blackbeard. But with his super typing, his special, Katakuri's conditional, color affinity from Magellan and Hannibal, and the chain lock from Garp, we just do absurd amounts of damage. Something like 400 mil, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, 440 mil. Crazy. We do have the Akainu support on Blackbeard too for the extra 15% base attack as well. It's crazy amounts of damage. So the final variation is the quick variation. So we're still using pretty much the same team that I've been rocking this whole time. We are using a friend BOA sisters and Kid as our leader. We do manage to get the 1.3 times support, but it's really unneeded. It was nice to see those big numbers though. So on this team we have the Colosseum King unit. He is 2 times boosted at the moment for this content, and he removes despair, so that's really handy. We have V2 Big Mom. Yeah, V2 Big Mom. She is just incredible for Kizuna. You guys know how good she is for Kizuna. She just absolutely decimates it with that base stat increase as well as a chain lock, which is really good. And then we have the Clash Jewelry Bonnie. Clash Jewelry Bonnie is very important here. She removes Threshold and she triggers Kid's super typing. Finally, we have Nami and Robin. They're replaceable with Legend Nami. We're just using them for an orb boost and the paralysis removal. As I was mentioned, Totsuki's video as well. He actually made a pretty cool little shenanigans with Kaido. So you can actually use Kaido on this and get his interrupt to come in. And with that 20% HP cut, it's like something like 60 million HP cut, which is just crazy. So as I mentioned, guys, I will link his video in the description below. Go check it out. It was really cool. It was really fun to watch. So once we basically prop all our specials, we have a 2.5 times attack boost, 3.5 times chain lock. We have the base stat boost, 2.5 attack, 2.25 color affinity. There's just so much going on with this team and just has so much damage. So yeah, over 500 mil, so crazy, crazy stuff. Kid's a beast. The final team in the video is another strength-based team. So this team was actually a little bit quicker. And this is the team that I was pretty much just using most of the time. So in the last sort of like 2 hours of grinding, if you guys are looking for a fast sort of strength team to get you guys through, this team was doing the trick. You can also use a friend BOA sisters for more Kizuna tickets as well. But it's very, very similar to the other team that I showed. It's just a lot faster. And by a lot faster, I mean like a lot faster. So we're rocking 2 snake mans here. For this particular video, I wanted to see if it was just higher damage output. This is on level like 203, I'm pretty sure. We still have Magellan for the conditional. We have Chopper here to remove the attack down, but we are using the Neko support on Chopper this time. We have Super Type Sabo for color affinity, and then we have Big Mom for the stat boost and the chain lock. Now we did get quite lucky here and we got the buggy interrupt, so I'm not going to activate Luffy's super typing, but normally you can just activate Luffy's super typing to make this particular stage a lot quicker. Make sure that you activate Magellan's special here because you definitely need that carryover, otherwise you are not taking out the resilience. See ya, buggy. So we're going to get a nice 2.5 times attack boost from buggy here, which is just well, not a little bit higher, it's much higher than Luffy's super typing, so the extra 0.5 helps us out a lot, but I still think that other team just has a little bit more damage. This team got lucky with the 2.5 times, where that team got lucky with the actual character support. Both of them are fairly even though, so it's up to you, like if you really want to run that other team I showed. It was a lot of fun just getting that chain multiplier as high as possible, but after we use all our specials here, we can get a 3.5 times chain lock, stat boost, venom conditional boost at 1.3 times. We can move the attack down. We've got an attack buff with Luffy super type. We have all boost with Luffy super type, with Luffy special, and then we have 2 times color affinity for our red units as well. So this team does the job for a pretty long time as well. But unfortunately, where I'm at the moment, it's still just not cutting it. And unfortunately we just fall short, so roughly around the same amount of damage because of the 2.5. But there you guys go, that was the final runs over 200 plus for Kizuna Clash. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. Enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll catch you all in the next one.